In this video, we are checking out the Maverick Microbe Buggy and the Short Course Truck. You know, both of these very entry budget, fun level for the RC community. But which one's better? Should you go Short Course Truck? Should you go Buggy? We're going to take them out of the box, we're going to check them out, and we're going to answer that here today. If you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Troy. This is Roadside RC. You'll tend to find me bashing or crawling or drifting or racing, plus doing product review videos and how-tos. Let's get started by getting these two out of the box. That is fine. The MTX 702 controller, fairly small, compact, requires 4 AAAs to get up and running. You have your reversing, you have your trims, basically everything you need. Small little compact package. We have the buggy itself. We'll dive into that more here in just a second. Have a whole packet full of instructions, exploded diagrams, and in a couple different languages and stuff. That's awesome. Ooh, spare gearing. That is great. I really appreciate that. Basic USB charger for 2S LiPo. Replacement rear wing. Quick start guide. Some electronic ESC information. Of course, we need to put more stickers on it because, of course we do. Along with the obligatory T-wrench. It's like in here, basically all the same stuff. First thing that stands out to me immediately is the suspension on these things. Oh, look at that. That is so satisfying on both of them. Especially at this scale, it's really easy for these things to be kind of bouncy and toy-like. And that is not the feeling that I get for how small this is. Palm of my hand. A lot of the times the bodies become very just kind of blobby. So the good detail in here. See the spur gear cover sticking out. It kind of looks kind of fun. Tires feel very, very, very sticky. Chassis is metal down here on the bottom with the front skid plate kicked up off of it. Plastic control arms all around. They look beefy enough for the scale. On the big scale, they look a little narrow, especially in some of these points. So we'll see if we end up having any durability issues with them. I noticed that my steering tie rod and other control arms up here are non-adjustable. I don't even have alternate mounting spots for it back there. They're just fixed links with fixed mounting points, but I bet there's a whole bunch of places in the aftermarket that'll end up serving some of that tuning ability that we want. Drive shafts are metal, which is great, and we do have a gear diff in the rear of it, which is very nice. Should be good for the racing. Only real differences that we see when we swap over to the Short Course Truck. Obviously the body is different, and it comes off with a couple body clips back here instead of just Velcro that is on the buggy. Tires and wheels are physically bigger, as you would imagine, for the truck, but of course, big old bumpers front and rear. We're trying to answer which one of these is better for you. You can see almost immediately this one will definitely offer more protection from crashes. So if you are more concerned about breaking things, maybe this. These bodies tend to be protective, plus all those bumpers. That's a good sign straight out of the box. As we compare down here on the bottom, you can tell they actually are different chassis. The Short Course Truck is that little bit longer. Total track width is the same. So you're not getting any side to side stability, but front to rear stability. The Short Course Truck should be dramatically better with that additional length. As we look underneath the bodies, the buggy's super easy. A little Velcro that you pull out on the side, pull the body back, and off it comes. For me and my big clumsy fingers, I love that. And the Short Course Truck has some itty bitty little body clips that sit back here on the back. Those can be a little fiddly to get to. Then you have to pull the body forward because it has a little tongue that sits in there to the front shock tower. Underneath here, we have all the same electronics packaged just ever so slightly differently, but it is the same transmission, same motor, same ESC, same receiver. There just clearly you get a little bit extra space here on the Short Course Truck because of that extra length that it has. Servo saver, suspension design, all that is actually the same, and it looks like it 100% shares parts when it comes to the control arms. And obviously because of the design difference there, the shock towers are different, and it looks like maybe even the front shocks are also just slightly different. The other thing that becomes more apparent when you get the bodies off of both of these is actually the ground clearance. Because of the truck design plus the taller wheels and tires, it sits sits very visibly higher off the ground than the buggy. When I measure it, I get somewhere in the 12 to 14 millimeters off the ground for the buggy, and I get somewhere 17, 18 for the short course truck. Now we're in millimeters. This is a very small measurement here because of the size of the vehicle, but I think every millimeter probably matters even more because of the size of them. So if you're thinking that you're going to use these in any kind of rougher off-road kind of conditions where going up and over things may be important, even really small things like small rocks and sticks and stuff, that may be a nod to the short course truck that you may want to consider. Both vehicles come with a 2S 3500 milliamp LiPo pack. The battery installed here, plugged into right here. Just hit this button and it fired everything up. Steering works nicely. And even with this, those rear tires actually balloon just a little bit. Ha! Similar right here with the short course truck. Yeah, that feels great. Woo! Then the slick garage floor here. That power and those tires. Oh, that's interesting. Throttle control is a premium. Oh, I feel like I'm running 25% throttle around here. Just barely going to keep the rear end planted. If I give it a little bit more throttle, it just helps the buggy turn because it'll just slide. But if I give it even just the slightest amount too much, it's just going to spin. All right, so word to the wise, smooth concrete. That's a little difficult for one of these. The short course truck feels the same as far as got to really be careful on the throttle. I'm trying to follow my track here. I'm doing a very bad job of it. You can tell there's a little extra mass. I haven't weighed them. But going into a corner, the buggy was a lot more responsive going into the corner. Short course truck will definitely push a little bit more as it goes in, which actually makes it a little bit easier to drive. I bet if I timed myself, I'd actually be faster with the short course truck because it's a little more balanced. All right, in the smooth concrete garage, short course truck for the win. Now my local hobby store has an indoor carpet track, which I think would be just about perfect for these. So we're gonna go over there now. You are dramatically faster in the buggy than I am in the truck. Oh, the buggy turns so much better. Viewers, try. Back from the track, and all I can say is that was so much more fun than I thought it was going to be. The suspension on these things, just like we had talked about ahead of time, staggering, so good. The suspension, the alignment, like the buddy that I was sitting there driving with, a lot of times what he would say is, it feels like 10th scale, like I can actually drive them. We've all probably driven, or if you haven't, at some point, you try these small cars, and they're super twitchy as they go down the straight. They're hard to get to track straight in a straight line. Sometimes they're very difficult, we'll say. Difficult to drive. Right here, oh my gosh, this is We had so much fun with these things. And one of the major questions that we had going into it was how spindly it appeared maybe some of these control arms and all that were. Would they actually be durable enough to take some bashes and crashes? And let me be honest, we crashed a fair amount. And these are just some of the clips that I just caught on camera. Think about all the times we crashed when we weren't on camera. But these things absolutely came back unscathed. If you look at them, there are no marks, there's no broken parts. Shocks aren't bent, none of the links are bent, nothing. They have come back and they are fully strong, fully ready to go. But the question when we started this was, which one of these two is better for you to pick up, the buggy or the short course truck? And when I was in my garage here on the smooth concrete floor, truck had a little bit of an edge. A little bit of an edge due to the whole balance. And we said that the truck had an edge in durability based on the big bumpers, big body that helps protect it, and it has an edge when it came to ground clearance. But all of those things worked exactly against it when it came to racing, and the little buggy absolutely demolished the short course truck on track. It was amazing how much easier and faster the buggy was around the track. It was all in the maneuverability. It was all in the ability to handle the corner without the truck rolling over, which it wanted to do quite a lot, actually. You had to really, that was the one thing that you had to watch with the truck, is keeping it planted. General purpose usage, short course truck definitely wins. If you want to be the fastest around the track, the buggy wins. But I'll be honest, you know, buggy and exposed tires a lot of times crash over and over again. If I was going to convince a big bunch of my buddies and I to get into these, it might be with a short course truck. Of course, one of the things you got to consider is the price of these. So now both of the buggy and the truck, brushless, ready to run with a battery. The only thing you need to provide, some AA's for the controller, $149 each, which is a bargain in today's day and age with RC stuff. If you compare it to one of its biggest competitors is the Losi Microbe. It is $20 more than that, but that Microbe is brushed. And so speed and durability of those brushed motors is just, of course, not nearly there compared to the brushless. And if you're not looking to be super serious, and if you want to just dip your toe in it, then it turns out they also have a brushed version, and we ran this at the track as well. What was interesting is two main differences, I think, between the brushed and the brushless. It actually has a 2-in-1 ESC and receiver unit versus the separate units that are in the brushless one. And it actually felt like it had a little bit more of a punchier power to it. I think the brushless has a little bit of a ramp up of the power when you squeeze the trigger. This one doesn't. So one of the things I noticed was that this one would, we had to really kind of work at it and pull it just right but it'll pull a wheelie. This one pulled wheelies. It would stand up on this rear bumper and drag the wheelies. So there's clearly a punch difference between the two of them. You could feel a total top speed was slower with the brushed model. The track that we were running on, it didn't matter. We weren't really getting to full speed with the brushless anyway, so the little bit extra speed didn't matter. And this, I believe, down at 109. So you can save a chunk of money. You can get in cheaper than the Losi and still have a great time. But if I had to choose one, I would spend the extra money. I would get the brushless models because just the brushless upgrade itself is worth more than the price difference. But if you are super price sensitive, 109 for this bad boy, that is a steal. I would recommend it all day long. So the absolute bottom line with these microbes from Maverick is they were just a blast. And I don't know if it came through in the video footage of us running at the track, but my buddy and I were there to drift. We had all sorts of other vehicles with us that we were gonna run. And we just sat there and turned lap after lap after lap because these things were just a joy to drive on that track. They jumped flat, they handled well, they were just so much fun. And that's, at the end of the day, why are we doing this RC stuff if we're not doing it just to have fun? And these brought smiles, they brought laughter, they brought a challenging drive, they brought a lot of fun at a staggeringly reasonable price. So, very rarely do I do this, but literally 10 out of 10 recommend them here based on my first experience. If you have been even a little bit on the fence with one of these, stop and go get one. If you were anywhere in the Middle Tennessee area, the racing that we did was at Cookeville Hobbies in Cookeville, Tennessee. And if you've been thinking about getting one, get one and let me know when you're showing up to the track, because I'm there. We're gonna have a race. If you are looking for one of these, I'll have a link to them down in the video description where you can see the brushed, brushless, and the buggy, so you can choose which one is the best for you. And if you are looking at this and you're saying, no, Troy, sorry, it turns out small scale is not the best for me. I want to go play out in the grass. I want to go do stuff like that. Then I will have a link up here to my video review playlist, where that is where you can see all the different vehicles that I've reviewed over the years and maybe pick one out that's better for you. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.